Hello, my dear friend. Welcome to VUS Learning English Podcast. It is so wonderful to have you here. I am so happy you are with me today. My name is Anna. I will be your host, and I will be your friend on this journey of learning. I am so happy we are together. If this is your first time here, hello. A very warm welcome to you. I am so happy you found us. You are in a safe place here. This is a good place. This is a place for learning. This is a place for growing. And this is a place for friendship. Thank you for joining our small family. We are so happy to have you. If you are a returning listener, thank you. Thank you so much for coming back. It means so much to me that you are here again. You are a very important part of our community. When you come back, it feels like an old friend is visiting me. It makes my heart feel full of joy. Thank you for being here. Today we have a very special episode. It is an episode that I think will help you very much. We are going to learn something new. Something that will make you feel strong. Something that will make you feel powerful. Something that will make you feel confident. We will learn phrases for work. These are special words for your job. These are words that can help you in your daily work life. They can help you feel more confident in meetings. They can help your voice be heard by everyone. They can help you show the brilliant ideas that are in your mind. Do you ever feel quiet in a meeting? Maybe you are sitting at a big, long table. Many people are talking, they talk very fast, they use big words, and you feel small, you feel quiet, your voice feels quiet. Do you have a great idea in your mind? A wonderful, beautiful idea. An idea that can help your team, an idea that can fix a big problem, but you are not sure how to say it. The words feel stuck. Your voice feels lost inside you. If you feel this way, please know you are not alone. Many people feel this way. I have felt this way too. This episode is for you. This episode is a gift for you. We will learn 25 phrases together. These are not just any phrases. These phrases are like special keys. Imagine you have a door in front of you. Behind the door are your good feelings, your confidence, your power, your voice, but the door is locked. These 25 phrases are the keys. They are the keys to unlock that door. They help you open it. They help you share your wonderful, amazing ideas with the world. Thank you so much for choosing to spend your time with me today. I know your time is very important. There are many things you could be doing right now, but you chose to be here. You chose to learn. You chose to grow. I am truly thankful for that. I am thankful for you. If you enjoy our time together, I have a small request. It is a small thing you can do. Please think about liking our podcast. You can also follow or subscribe on the app you are using. When you do this, you help other learners find our little community. You help another person who feels quiet find their voice. It is a small action, but it can make a big difference. And I would love to know where you're listening from. It makes me so happy to think about our big global family. You can leave a comment and tell me your country. Are you in Brazil, Japan, Egypt, Germany, Vietnam? Seeing our friends from all over the world fills me with so much joy. It reminds me that we are all connected. We are all on this learning journey together. Are you ready to begin? Let's get comfortable. Find a quiet, nice place. Maybe you have a warm cup of tea or coffee. Maybe you are sitting in a comfortable chair. Take a deep breath in, hold it, and a slow breath out. Let go of any stress. Let go of any worry. This is your time. This is our time together. Let's begin this journey, my friend. Part 1, a story about words. First, before we learn the phrases, I want to tell you a little story. It is a story about me, and it is a story about the power of words. I want you to know that the feelings you have, I have had them too. You are not alone. Many years ago, I started a new job. It was a big, important job in a new office. I remember the first day so clearly. The office was in a tall glass building. Everything was shiny and new and bright. The people there were very, very smart. When they spoke with so much confidence. Their words were big and clear and strong. They used phrases I did not understand. And me? I was very, very scared. I felt like a little boat in a big, big ocean. I felt so small. My voice felt so small. In every meeting, I felt like I was in a race. A fast, difficult race. But I did not know how to run. Everyone else seemed to be running so fast, and I was just standing still. I was frozen. I would sit in the long meeting room. The table was made of dark, heavy wood. I would sit with my notebook open. My pen was in my hand. My mind was full of ideas. So many ideas. They were like little birds in my head. They wanted to fly, but my mouth was closed. The birds could not fly out. My voice was lost somewhere deep inside me. I remember one meeting very, very clearly. It was a meeting about money. We call this a budget meeting. The feeling in the room was very serious. It was very stressful. People were talking about numbers. Big, big numbers. They talked about cuts and changes. My heart was beating so fast, like a drum. Boom, boom, boom. I had an idea. I thought of a way to save some money for the company. It was a good idea, a really good idea. But I did not say one word, not one single word. I just looked at the floor. I looked at my shoes. I wished I could become invisible. I wished I could just disappear from that room. Do you ever feel that way? Like you just want to disappear? It's okay. I understand. After the meeting, I felt so sad. I felt so bad. I walked back to my desk. My friend came to talk to me. Her name was Jordan. Jordan was amazing. She was not my boss. She was my work friend, a colleague. But she was different from me. She was so confident. But her confidence was not scary. It was kind. Her voice was always calm and strong. She saw that I was sad. She saw the sad look on my face. She came to my desk and said, "Anna, are you okay?" And I could not pretend anymore. I could not hide it. I told her my secret. I said, "Jordan, I feel like I am invisible in meetings." I told her, "I have ideas, but my words just go away. They disappear. It feels like my brain is full, but my mouth is empty." She did not laugh. She did not tell me I was silly. She smiled a very kind smile. It was a smile that said, "I understand." She understood my fear. She understood my feeling of being small. Then she said something I will never forget. These words changed everything for me. She said, "Anna, your ideas are good. I know they are. Your brain is not the problem. The problem is not you. The problem is your words, your tools. You need new words. You need new tools for your toolbox." She explained it like this. Imagine you want to build a house, she said. You are a great builder. You have a great plan in your mind. But you only have a small hammer. You cannot build a whole house with only a small hammer. You need a saw, you need a screwdriver, you need many tools. These phrases, she said, are your new tools. Then she gave me a gift. It was not a big, expensive gift. It was a simple piece of paper. On the paper was a list of phrases. Phrases for work, phrases for meetings. She said, "Learn these words, Anna. Practice them. Say them out loud. Just try. See what happens." At first, I was not sure. I looked at the list of words. Can a list of words really help me? Can these phrases really change how I feel? It seemed too simple, but I wanted to try. I needed a change. I was so tired of feeling scared. I was so tired of feeling invisible. So I took her list. I said, "Thank you, Jordan. Thank you so much." I took that piece of paper home with me. I put it on my desk. I read it every day. In the morning with my coffee. In the evening before I went to bed. At first, I said the phrases to myself in a whisper. A very quiet whisper. Then I started to say them out loud. I practiced in front of a mirror in my bathroom. It felt strange at first. My voice was shaking. I felt a little silly talking to myself in the mirror, but I kept trying. Day after day, I said them again and again. Let me challenge the assumption here. Here's the signal amid the noise. Slowly, my voice started to get a little stronger, a little less shaky. It was a small change, but it was a start. Then the time came to use one in a real meeting. I remember my hands were so cold. My heart was a drum. The team was talking about a new project. Everyone was agreeing on one idea, but I saw a problem with it. The old me would have stayed quiet. The old me would have looked at the floor. But I thought of Jordan's list. I thought of my practice in the mirror. I took a deep breath, a very deep breath. And I said one of the phrases. I said, "Could we stress test that with a worst case scenario?" The room went quiet for a second. Just 1 second. But it felt like a long time. I was so scared. I thought, oh no, I said the wrong thing. Everyone is angry. But then something amazing happened. People listened. They actually stopped and they listened to me. My manager looked at me. He did not look angry. He looked thoughtful. He was thinking. He nodded his head slowly. He said, "That's a very good point, Anna. Let's do that." It wasn't magic, but it felt like magic. That one small phrase opened a door. It showed my team that I was thinking. It showed them I had a good idea to share. It showed them I had value. Week by week, I used more phrases from the list. I started to feel less scared. I started to feel more confident. I was not just speaking, I was helping. I was sharing my ideas. And my ideas were helping the team. We started making better decisions because I was speaking up. My little voice was making a big difference. Then one day, something happened that I will never, ever forget. My manager called me into his office. He asked me to do something big, something very big. He asked me to talk to the big boss, the senior vice president of the whole company. He wanted me to explain our new project to her. Me, Anna, the quiet person who used to look at the floor, the person who wished she could be invisible. I could not believe it. I was shocked. My manager said, "Anna, you have a great way of making difficult things clear. I want her to hear it from you." That list of words changed my life. It was my secret tool. It was my set of keys. It gave me confidence. It helped my career grow. It helped me find my voice. Today, my dear friend, I want to give that list to you. This is not just about sounding smart. This is not about sounding like a genius. This is about feeling strong inside. This is about knowing your ideas are important. This is about finding the voice that is already inside you. The world needs to hear your ideas. Your team needs your help. You are important. Are you ready to find your voice? Let's learn these phrases together. We will do it slowly, step by step. You have everything you need to do this. I am here with you. Let's begin. Part 2, the 25 phrases. We will learn these phrases in groups. There are 5 groups. Each group has a special purpose. Each group helps you in a different way. Please do not worry. Please do not feel stressed. We will go very, very slowly. I will be with you for every step. We will learn each phrase one by one. We will practice it together. I will explain what it means in very simple words. You are a wonderful student. You are capable. You are smart. You can do this. Let's start with the first group. Are you ready? Group 1. Phrases to share your ideas. These first 5 phrases are very important. They are like the bottom part of a house. We call this the foundation. The foundation is the strong part at the bottom. It holds everything up. These phrases help you build your confidence. They help you show that you are a good thinker. They help you show that you give good ideas to the team. Let's learn our very first phrase. It's a good one. Phrase number 1. Let me challenge the assumption here. This is a wonderful phrase. It is very smart and very polite. Let's say it slowly together. Take a breath. Ready? Let's practice. Let me challenge the assumption here. Again, a little smoother now. Let me challenge the assumption here, Apu. Wonderful. Let's do it one more time. Let me challenge the assumption here. And one more for confidence. Let me challenge the assumption here. You sound great. Now let's understand the words. What is an assumption? An assumption is something we think is true, but maybe we did not check if it is really true. It's an idea we believe without asking questions. For example, we might assume all our customers want low prices. We think this is a fact. But is it? Maybe we never asked them. Maybe they want good quality more. That idea that they only want low prices is an assumption. What does challenge mean? To challenge means to question it. To ask, is this really true? It does not mean to fight. It is not angry. It means to invite people to think more deeply. So when you say, let me challenge the assumption here, you are saying, I want to ask if what we are all thinking is really correct. I think there might be another way to see this. Can we look at this again together? This is a very polite and smart way to say you think differently. Imagine someone says, you are wrong. How does that feel? It can feel bad. It can stop the conversation. But when you say, let me challenge the assumption here, it does not feel bad. It invites people to have a conversation with you. It shows that you are thinking deeply. Let's imagine a situation, a small story. You are in a meeting. Your team is talking about a new product. Your boss says, our customers only want cheap things. We must make this product very, very cheap. Everyone is nodding their heads. Yes, yes, cheap. But you have read something new. You have new information. Your heart starts beating fast. You want to speak. This is your moment. You take a deep breath. You say calmly, let me challenge the assumption here. Everyone looks at you. They are listening. You continue. Do our customers only care about price? I read a new report. It shows many customers also care about good quality and good service. What happened? You did not say, boss, you are wrong. You invited them to look at new information. You made the conversation better. You helped your team make a smarter decision. You see how powerful that is? That is phrase number 1. A great tool for your toolbox. Phrase number 2. Here's the signal amid the noise. This is a beautiful phrase. It sounds very smart. Let's say it together. Ready? Let's practice. Here's the signal amid the noise. Let's try it again. Here's the signal amid the noise. Good. One more time. Feel the rhythm. Here's the signal amid the noise. And again with confidence. Here's the signal amid the noise. Wonderful. Let's understand the words. Imagine you are listening to a radio. You are trying to find your favorite song. You turn the dial. You hear a lot of static. That sound is the noise. It's confusing. It's not what you want to hear. Then you find the right station. You hear the music clearly. The song you love. That music is the signal. The signal is the important thing you want to hear. The signal is the clear message. In business, noise is all the extra confusing information. Too many numbers, too many opinions, too many emails. It is hard to know what is important. The signal is the one most important thing we need to focus on. The simple, clear truth. When you use this phrase, you are saying, I know there is a lot of information and it is confusing. But I have found the most important part. This is what we need to pay attention to. Bosses and leaders are very busy people. They do not have time for noise. They want clear ideas. They want the signal. When you say this phrase, you show that you can find the simple truth in a difficult situation. You show you can help everyone focus. This is a very good quality. Let's imagine a situation, a story. You are in a long meeting about sales numbers. There are charts and graphs everywhere, so many numbers. People are talking about sales in the north, sales in the south, online sales, store sales. It feels very confusing, like a lot of noise. The energy in the room is low. You have been looking at the numbers carefully. You see the real problem. You wait for a quiet moment. You say, here's the signal amid the noise. Everyone becomes quiet. They want to hear the signal. They want clarity. You continue. The money we spend to get a new customer went up by 30%. But the money we make from that customer did not go up. This is the real problem we need to fix. Wow. With one sentence, you made everything clear. You cut through all the noise. You gave the team a clear direction. That is the power of finding the signal. That is phrase number 2. You are doing great. Phrase number 3, to reframe the problem. This is a very creative phrase. It shows you can think in new ways. Let's practice saying this one. Ready? To reframe the problem. One more time, my friend. To reframe the problem. Excellent. Let's say it again. To reframe the problem. And one more time. To reframe the problem. Perfect. Let's understand the words. What is a frame? A frame is like a picture frame. It goes around a picture. The frame changes how you see the picture. A heavy, dark frame makes the picture feel serious. A light, colorful frame makes the picture feel happy. The picture is the same, but the frame changes how we see it. To reframe means to change the frame. It means to look at something in a new way, to see it from a different angle, a different side. So this phrase means, let's stop looking at this problem in the old way. Let's think about this problem from a new and different way. This phrase is very creative and good for teamwork. It shows you are a thinker with new ideas. You are not stuck in one way of thinking. You can open the door to new ideas for everyone. Let's imagine a situation. Your team wants to sell more of your company's juice. The team is only talking about one thing: ads. Let's spend more money on TV ads. Let's spend more money on internet ads. The conversation is stuck. It's only about ads. You feel there is another way to think about it. You say, I agree that ads are important. But what if we try to reframe the problem? The team is curious. Reframe how? You explain. Maybe the problem is not that people don't know about our juice. Maybe the problem is that our juice is not in the right stores. Or maybe the bottle is hard to open. Suddenly, the room is full of new ideas. Someone says, yes, the bottle is very hard to open for my grandmother. Someone else says, I never see our juice in the small shops near my house. You did not just give one idea. You opened the door for many new ideas. You reframed the problem. That is phrase number 3, a very creative tool. Phrase number 4, the data point that jumps out is, this one is great for showing you did your homework. It shows you looked at the information carefully. Let's say it. Ready? The data point that jumps out is, again, with a little more confidence. The data point that jumps out is very good. Let's say it again. The data point that jumps out is, one last time. The data point that jumps out is wonderful. Let's look at the words. Data is information. Usually data means numbers, facts, and reports. A data point is one piece of that information. One number, one fact. When something jumps out, what does that mean? Imagine you are looking at a field of green grass. Suddenly you see one bright red flower. That flower jumps out at you. You notice it immediately. It gets your attention. It's surprising. So this phrase means, I looked at all the information, all the data. And this one fact, this one number is very important and surprising. We need to pay attention to this. This phrase makes your opinion much stronger. Why? Because it is not just a feeling. It is based on facts. It is based on data. This makes people believe and trust you. It's instead of saying, I think we have a problem, which is just an opinion, you can use data to make it a fact. Let's imagine you are looking at the sales report from last month. You see something interesting, a number that jumps out. In the meeting, you say, I was looking at the report from last month. The data point that jumps out is the 20% drop in customers who buy again. Then you can be even more specific. This drop is only happening with customers who come from social media. This is so much more powerful. It is specific. It is based on facts, not feelings. It points to a clear problem that the team can start to fix. You are not just a person with an opinion. You are a person who uses facts. People will trust you. That is phrase number 4. Phrase number 5, to ensure we're all aligned, could we revisit our North Star? This is a beautiful and strong phrase. It sounds very professional. Let's practice it. Ready? To ensure we're all aligned, could we revisit our North Star? Let's break it down and say it again. To ensure we're all aligned, could we revisit our North Star? Beautiful. Let's do it 2 more times. To ensure we're all aligned, could we revisit our North Star? One more time, my friend. To ensure we're all aligned, Could we revisit our North Star? You are doing so well. Let's understand these special words. What does it mean to be aligned? Imagine a team of rowers in a boat. If they are all rowing in the same direction at the same time, the boat moves fast. They are aligned. They are working together. If they are rowing in different directions, the boat just goes in circles. They are not aligned. In business, to be aligned means everyone is working together in the same direction for the same goal. Now, what is a North Star? For thousands of years, sailors used the North Star to find their way. It is a star in the sky that is always in the same position in the north. If you know where the North Star is, you never get lost. It is your guide. It shows you the way. In business, a North Star is the one main goal, the most important goal, the company's mission, the big dream. It is the big important thing that guides all the small decisions. So this phrase means, I want to make sure we are all working towards the same big goal. Let's stop for a moment and remember what our big goal is. This phrase shows you are a leader. You think about the big picture, the main goal. You help bring everyone back to what is most important. Let's imagine a situation. A team is arguing for an hour. They are arguing about the color of a button on a website. It should be blue. No, green is better. Red gets more clicks. The conversation is going nowhere. It is a small detail. You can feel the team is getting lost. They are not aligned. You can help them. You say, these are all good ideas for the color. But to ensure we're all aligned, could we revisit our North Star for this project? Everyone stops arguing. They listen. You continue. Our main goal, our North Star, is to make it very easy for new users to sign up. Which color helps us do that the best? Suddenly, the conversation changes. It is not about, I like blue or I like green anymore. It is about what helps the user, what helps us reach our goal. You focus the team again. You made the conversation about the big picture. That is the power of the North Star. That is phrase number 5. You have now learned the first 5 phrases. You are doing an amazing job. Let's take a small breath here. These phrases are powerful, right? Remember, you don't have to learn all of them today. Maybe just pick one. One phrase to practice this week. That is a wonderful start. Now, are you ready for the next group? Let's continue. You can do it. Group 2, phrases to show you are a leader. This next group of 5 phrases is about action. It's about doing things. They help you move from watching to doing, from a quiet listener to an active leader. They show you are a person who makes things happen. A person who starts things. This makes you very important to the team. The team really needs you. Phrase number 6, I'll take the lead on this. This is a short phrase, but it is very, very strong. Let's say it with confidence. Feel the power in these words. Ready? Let's practice. I'll take the lead on this. One more time. Imagine you are in a meeting. Say it clearly. I'll take the lead on this. Yes, that's it. Let's do it again. I'll take the lead on this. And once more. I'll take the lead on this. So strong. What does it mean? It is very simple. It means I will be the person who is responsible for this task. I will make sure this job gets done. You can trust me. In many meetings, people talk and talk. They talk about what needs to be done. Someone needs to write a report. Someone should call the customer. We need to organize the files. The meeting ends and everyone thinks someone will do it. But nobody knows who someone is. So often, nothing happens. When you say, I'll take the lead on this, you fix that confusion. You are not someone. You are you. You show you can start things. You don't wait to be asked. You show you are not afraid of responsibility. This is what leaders do. Let's imagine a situation. Your team agrees that a new weekly report is a good idea. It will help everyone know what is happening. Everyone says, yes, good idea. The meeting is ending. Your manager is about to say, okay, meeting is over. But no one has been chosen to create the report. This is your chance. You speak up. You say with a clear voice, this weekly report is a great idea. I'll take the lead on this. You can even add more detail. I will create the first report and send it to everyone for their ideas by Wednesday. In that moment, you became a leader. You did not ask for permission. You saw a need and you decided to help. People will remember that. That is phrase number 6. A short and powerful tool. Yes, I swear. Phrase number 7. I'll circle back before EOD. This is another very professional and reliable phrase. It shows people can trust you. Let's practice. Ready? I'll circle back before EOD. Again. I'll circle back before EOD. It sounds very professional, doesn't it? Let's say it again. I'll circle back before EOD. And one more time. I'll circle back before EOD. Excellent. Let's understand the words. To circle back is a business way of saying to follow up. It means to come back to a person or a topic later. Imagine you walk away from someone, and then you make a circle and come back to them. That's the idea. It means, I will get back to you with an answer. What is EOD? This is a very common business short word. An abbreviation, it means end of day. The end of the workday, usually around 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. So the phrase I'll circle back before EOD means, I don't have the answer right now, but I will get it. And I will give you an answer or an update before the end of today. This phrase is a promise. It is a promise about what you will do, circle back, and when you will do it before EOD. This removes confusion. The other person does not have to wonder, when will Anna get back to me? They know when. It shows you respect the other person's time. It shows you are organized and that people can trust you. They know you will do what you say you will do. Let's imagine a situation. Your work friend Tom sends you a message. He asks for a sales number from last year. You don't know the number right now. You need to look it up in a big report. The old you might not reply for a few hours. Tom would be waiting and wondering. The new you, the professional you, replies quickly. You write back. That's a great question, Tom. I need to check the report to be sure. I'll circle back before EOD with the exact number. How does Tom feel? He feels great. He is not worried. He knows you are working on it. He knows he will get the answer today. This builds trust. Trust is the base of all good working relationships. That is phrase number 7, a tool for building trust. Phrase number 8, we need a deeper dive into the risk matrix. This one sounds a little technical, a little difficult, but the idea is simple and very important. Let's say it slowly. Ready? We need a deeper dive into the risk matrix. One more time. We need a deeper dive into the risk matrix. Very good. Let's try it again. We need a deeper dive into the risk matrix. And again. we need a deeper dive into the risk matrix. You sound very smart. Let's look at the words. What is a deeper dive? Imagine you are at a swimming pool. A shallow dive is when you just go under the top of the water. A deep dive is when you go all the way to the bottom of the pool, you go deep. In business, a deeper dive means to look at something much more closely, to study it with a lot of detail. What is a risk matrix? Risk is the chance of something bad happening, a future problem. A matrix is just a chart or a table. So a risk matrix is a chart to list all the possible future problems risks for a project. It helps you think about what could go wrong. So this phrase means, we are feeling very happy about this plan, but we are not thinking about the problems. We need to think more carefully about all the things that could go wrong. This shows you are a smart thinker. You think about the future, you prepare for problems. This is called being proactive. Being proactive means you don't wait for problems to happen. You prepare for them before they happen. Let's imagine a situation. Your team is very, very excited about a new project. Everyone is talking about how great it will be. The energy is very high and happy. But no one is talking about possible problems. What if a key person gets sick? What if the computer system does not work? What if another company starts a similar project first? You know it is important to think about these things. You are not trying to be negative or sad. You are trying to be smart. You say, I feel the excitement about this project too. It is a fantastic idea. Before we start, I think we need a deeper dive into the risk matrix. Then you can ask questions. What could go wrong? What are our backup plans if those things happen? You are helping the team be prepared. A prepared team is a strong team. You are protecting the project from future failure. That is a true leadership move. Phrase number 9, let's park that thought. This is a very useful phrase for helping meetings go well. It is polite and it works. Let's practice it. Ready? Let's park that thought. Again, let's park that thought. Good. One more time. Let's park that thought. And again, let's park that thought. Excellent. Let's think about the image here. Imagine a thought is a car. You are driving your car, but you need to go into a store. You can't take the car into the store, so you park it. You put it in a safe place in a parking spot. You know you can come back and get it later. The car is safe. The idea is safe. This phrase means that is a good idea. That is an important thought. But it is not what we need to talk about right now. It is a different topic. Let's save it for later. We will come back to it, I promise. It is a very polite and kind way to keep a meeting focused on the main topic. You are not saying, that's a bad idea, or stop talking. You're saying, your idea is good, it is important. But now is not straight time. This makes people feel their idea is important, even if you can't discuss it right now. Let's imagine a situation. You are in a marketing meeting. The goal of the meeting is to create the marketing plan for the next 3 months. You are discussing ideas for social media. Then a work friend, David, says, you know, the company website is really slow. We should fix it. Fixing the website is important, but it is not the topic of this marketing meeting. If you talk about the website now, you will not finish the marketing plan. You need to get the meeting back to the main topic. You can say, David, that is a very important point about the website being slow. Thank you for saying that. First, you show you think his idea is good. Then you say, to stay focused on our marketing plan today, let's park that thought for now. Can we make a separate meeting this afternoon to talk about the website problem? What did you do? You showed David his idea was good. You gently guided the meeting back to its purpose. And you made a plan to discuss his idea later. Everyone is happy. The meeting can continue. You helped manage the meeting like a leader. That is phrase number 9. Phrase number 10. How does this scale? This is a short question, but it shows you think about the big picture. It is a very smart question. Let's say it. Ready? How does this scale? Again, how does this scale? Good. One more time. How does this scale? And again, how does this scale? Perfect. Let's understand the word scale. To scale means to grow bigger easily. Imagine you have a recipe to cook dinner for 2 people. If you can easily use that recipe to cook for 200 people, then the recipe scales well. If it is very hard and difficult to cook for 200 people with that recipe, it does not scale. This question means, this idea works for a small group or in a small test. But will it work for the whole company? For all our customers? What problems will we have when we try to make it much bigger? This question shows you are thinking about the long-term future. You're thinking about building strong systems that can grow. This is how top leaders think. They don't just think about today, they think about next year and the year after that. Let's imagine a situation. A team in your company makes a new computer tool. It helps them organize their work. The team has 5 people and it works great for them. They are very excited. They show it to the whole company. They say, everyone should use this tool. Everyone is happy and impressed. But you are thinking about the future. You ask a simple, powerful question. You say, this tool looks amazing. Great job to the team. I have one question. How does this scale? You continue. If we give this tool to 5,000 people in the company, what do we need? Do we need more training for everyone? Do we need a support team to answer questions? Will the system be fast enough for so many people? You are not stopping the idea. You are making the idea stronger. You are helping the team think about what is needed for a successful big launch. You are thinking like a big picture planner, a strategist. That is phrase number 10. You have now learned 10 powerful phrases. Take a moment to feel proud of yourself. You are learning the tools of a confident talker. Group 3, phrases to disagree. Politely. To disagree means to think something different. Disagreeing is a normal and healthy part of work. If everyone always agrees, you might not find the best ideas. Good discussion can lead to great decisions. But the important thing is to do it kindly and in a good way, with respect and with smarts. These next 5 phrases help you question ideas without making people angry. They help you have a healthy discussion. Phrase number 11. I see the merit and I'd like to test the idea. This is a very respectful and friendly phrase. It shows you want to work together. Let's practice. Ready? I see the merit and I'd like to test the idea. One more time. I see the merit and I'd like to test the idea. Excellent. Let's do it again. I see the merit and I'd like to test the idea. And once more. I see the merit and I'd like to test the idea. Very good. Let's understand the words. What is merit? Merit means value or good quality, the good part of an idea. When you say, I see the merit, you're saying, I see the good points in your idea. This is a wonderful way to start. It starts with something positive. It makes the other person feel heard and respected. Then you say, and I'd like to test the idea. What does this do? It changes the conversation from a personal fight, my idea is better than your idea, to a team effort. Let's find the best answer together. A test is about finding the truth, not about winning an argument. Let's imagine a situation. Your work friend, Maria, wants to use last year's marketing plan for a new product. She says, last year's plan worked great. Let's just do the same thing. You feel this is not the right plan. The world has changed. But you don't want to just say, that's a lazy idea, Maria. That would hurt your friendship with her. Instead, you use this phrase. You say, I see the merit in using last year's plan, Maria. It was very successful and would save us time. Maria feels good. You understood her point. Then you add, and I'd like to test that idea for today's market. What if our competitors are now using a very similar plan? Will it still work well? You're not saying Maria is wrong. You are inviting a careful discussion. You are working together to find the best plan for this year. This is a very grown-up and good way to talk. That is phrase number 11. Phrase number 12. Could we stress test that with a worst-case scenario? We heard this phrase in my story earlier. It's a very useful one. This phrase shows you are a careful and responsible planner. Let's say it. Ready? Could we stress test that with a worst-case scenario? Again, could we stress test that with a worst-case scenario? Great job. Let's say it again. Could we stress test that with a worst-case scenario? And one more time for practice. Could we stress test that with a worst-case scenario? Perfect. Let's look at these words again. A stress test is when you put something under a lot of pressure to see if it breaks, to find its weak spots. Engineers stress test a bridge before people drive on it. A worst-case scenario is the worst possible thing that could happen. Scenario means a story or a situation. So, the worst possible future story. This phrase means, this plan looks good if everything goes perfectly. But life is not always perfect. What if things go very wrong? Are we ready for that? This is a realistic and responsible question. It helps the team create a plan B, a backup plan. Let's imagine a situation. A project manager shows a new project plan. The timeline, the schedule is very fast. It is very hopeful. It thinks nobody will get sick. No one will make a mistake. And every part will be on time. Everyone is excited about finishing so quickly. But you see a possible problem, a risk. You can use this phrase to gently talk about the problem. You ask, I love how fast this timeline is. It's great. But could we stress test that with a worst-case scenario? The project manager might look a little worried. You can explain gently. For example, what happens if a key team member is sick for a week? Or what if the customer is slow to give us their ideas? What is our plan B? How does that change our final finish date? This is not being negative. This is smart planning. It makes the whole project safer and more likely to be successful. You are helping the team to see the future more clearly and be ready. That is phrase number 12. Phrase number 13. My hypothesis differs slightly. This is a brilliant and gentle way to disagree. It sounds very intelligent and very calm. Let's practice. Ready? My hypothesis differs slightly. One more time. My hypothesis differs slightly. Wonderful. Let's say it again. My hypothesis differs slightly. And once more, my hypothesis differs slightly. You sound very thoughtful. What is a hypothesis? A hypothesis is an idea that you want to test. It is a theory. It is a possible reason for something. It is not a fact. It is just an idea to explore. The word hypothesis is from science. It takes the emotion and anger out of a disagreement. It makes it feel like a calm, scientific discussion, not a personal fight. And the word slightly. My idea is different can sound strong, but my hypothesis differs slightly is so gentle, so soft. It says, we are close, but I have a small change to suggest. So this phrase means, I have a slightly different idea about this. I'm not saying I'm right. It is just an idea I would like to share and test. Let's imagine a situation. A project failed. It did not work. The team is having a meeting to discuss why it failed. The team leader says, the project failed because the team did not work hard enough. This feels bad. It feels like he is blaming the team. You do not agree. You saw the team working very hard even on weekends, but you cannot say, you're wrong. We worked very hard. That sounds emotional and angry. Instead, you can use this brilliant phrase. You say very calmly, I understand that idea, but my hypothesis differs slightly. Everyone is listening. The phrase is unusual and intelligent. You continue. My hypothesis is that the main problem might have been a communication problem at the very start. I think the goals were not clear, so we all worked very hard, but we were working on slightly the wrong things. This is a helpful and grown-up way to talk. You are not blaming anyone. You are offering a new reason to explore together. It changes the whole feeling of the conversation from blame to problem solving. That is phrase number 13. Phrase number 14. Let's quantify the delta between the two approaches. This phrase sounds very advanced, but the idea is very simple. Using it will make you sound very smart and analytical. Let's learn it. Ready? Let's quantify the delta between the two approaches. Let's break that down. Quantify the delta, between the two approaches. Say it together now. Let's quantify the delta between the two approaches. Excellent. Let's practice 2 more times. Let's quantify the delta between the two approaches. One last time. Let's quantify the delta between the two approaches. Amazing. Let's understand the words. To quantify means to measure with numbers, to turn an idea or a feeling into a number. For example, instead of the bag is big, you quantify it. The bag is 50 centimeters tall. What is delta? Delta is a letter from the Greek alphabet. In math and science, its symbol, a triangle, is used to mean change or difference. In business, people use the word delta to mean the difference. It's a fancy word for difference. What is an approach? An approach is a way of doing something, a method or a plan. So this phrase simply means, we have 2 different ideas or plans here. Let's not argue about which one feels better. Let's measure the difference between these 2 ideas using numbers. This phrase is a powerful tool to stop arguments based on feelings. It brings the conversation back to facts and numbers. Let's imagine a situation. Two people are arguing for two different plans for a problem. Let's say the company needs a new computer program. One person, Sam, wants to buy an expensive program from a famous company. Another person, Lisa, wants the team to build the program themselves. They are arguing. Buying is safer. Building is cheaper. The conversation is based on feelings and opinions. You can step in and be the calm voice. You say, both ideas have good points. To help us decide, let's quantify the delta between the two approaches. They look at you. What do you mean? You explain. For each plan, let's get some numbers. For Sam's plan, what is the exact cost of the program? For Lisa's plan, what is the estimated cost in hours and money to build it? How much time will it take for each plan? You move the team from arguing to studying the facts. The decision can now be based on numbers, not just feelings. That is phrase number 14. Phrase number 15. I'm open to being challenged. This phrase shows you are very confident. It might seem strange, it sounds quiet, but it actually comes from a place of strength. Let's practice. Ready? I'm open to being challenged. Say it with a calm, open feeling. I'm open to being challenged. Good. Let's do it again. I'm open to being challenged. And once more. I'm open to being challenged. This is a very strong phrase. What does this mean? It means, I have shared my idea. I have shared my plan. Now please tell me what you think. Please show me where I might be wrong. Tell me what I have missed. I am not afraid of different ideas. I am ready to listen. This phrase does two wonderful things. First, it shows that you are confident in your idea, but you are not arrogant. You don't think you are perfect. You know you don't have all the answers. Second, it creates a safe space for your teammates. When you say you are open to being challenged, you give them permission to share their true thoughts. This helps the team make the best decisions because all ideas are heard. Let's imagine you have just shown a big new plan to your team. You worked on it for weeks. You finished your presentation. The room is quiet. People might be afraid to say they disagree with your idea, especially if you are the boss. You can end your presentation by saying, "So that is my plan. I have thought about it a lot, but I know I don't have all the answers." Then you say the key phrase, "I'm open to being challenged on any part of this. Your different ideas will only make this plan stronger." This is a powerful invitation. You are not saying, "Do you agree?" You are saying, "Please disagree with me. Help me make this better." This shows you are a true team leader, not a dictator. That is phrase number 15. You have now learned how to disagree politely. This is a very important skill. Let's move to our next group. You are doing so well. Group 4, phrases for big picture thinking. This next group of phrases helps you lift up your ideas, to lift them to a higher level. These phrases show that you are not just thinking about the small task today. You are thinking about the long-term success of the company. You are thinking like a big picture planner, a CEO. These are the phrases that get you noticed for bigger jobs. Phrase number 16. Let's define the value proposition here. This is a classic and powerful business phrase. Let's practice this one. Ready? Let's define the value proposition here. One more time. Let's define the value proposition here. Excellent. Let's say it again. Let's define the value proposition here. And one more time for practice. Let's define the value proposition here. You sound very professional. Let's understand the words. To define means to say the exact meaning of something. To make it very clear, what is a value proposition? This is a very important business idea. Value is the benefit or the good thing that a customer gets. A proposition is an offer or a proposal. So, a value proposition is a simple, clear statement. It answers the question, what special benefit are we offering our customers? Why should a customer choose our product and not another company's product? So this phrase means, let's be very, very clear about the special good thing we are creating. What is the main promise we are making to our customer? This phrase focuses the conversation on what is most important to the customer. And the customer is the heart of any good business. Let's imagine a situation. A product team is excited about adding many new things to a smartphone app. Let's add a weather report. Let's add a game. Let's add a social network. The list of new things is getting very long and confusing. You can bring the focus back. You ask, these are interesting ideas for new things. But to take a step back, let's define the value proposition here. You continue. What is the number one most important problem we are solving for our customer with this app? Is this an app to help them work or an app for fun? Who is our customer? This question makes the team choose. It makes sure the team is building something that people actually want and understand, not just a group of random things. You are helping the team be clear and focused. That is phrase number 16 or Burai, phrase number 17. Are we optimizing for the short term or the long term? This is a question that shows great wisdom. It shows you can see beyond today. Let's say it together. Ready? Are we optimizing for the short term or the long term? Again, are we optimizing for the short term or the long term? Very good. Let's do it again. Are we optimizing for the short term or the long term? And once more, are we optimizing for the short term or the long term? A very wise question. Let's look at the words. To optimize means to make something as good or as effective as possible, to get the best possible result. The short term is now, today, this week, this month. The long term is the future, next year, 5 years from now. So this question asks, is this decision good for right now? Or is this decision good for our future? Is this a quick win, or is it building success that will last a long time? Sometimes a decision can be good for now, but bad for the future. A quick, easy answer today might cause big problems later. This question shows you are thinking about creating success that lasts, not just a quick win, success that can continue for a long time. Let's imagine a situation. Your team suggests a big price discount on your company's expensive handbags. A 50 off sale. This will make sales go up this month. It will be a big short-term win. Your manager will be happy with the numbers, but you have a worry. You ask the wise question. A discount could make our sales go up this month. But are we optimizing for the short term or the long term? You explain your thinking. Our brand is known for being expensive and high quality. If we have a 50 off sale, how might this change what people think about our brand over time? Will people still think we are a luxury brand next year? This is a very smart, big picture question. It makes the team think about the future results of their actions. It helps protect the company's name and future. That is phrase number 17. Phrase number 18. Let's look at this from the customer's perspective. This is a simple phrase with a powerful impact. It is a phrase built on empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and feel what another person is feeling. Let's practice. Ready? Let's look at this from the customer's perspective. Again, let's look at this from the customer's perspective. Wonderful. Let's do it 2 more times. Let's look at this from the customer's perspective. 1 more time. Let's look at this from the customer's perspective. Excellent. Sometimes people in a company can get lost in their own world. They think about company things like money, rules, and office problems. They forget about the most important person, the customer, the person who buys the product or service. This phrase is a powerful reminder. It brings the focus back to where it should be. It makes the team think with empathy, with feeling, to think about how their decisions will feel to the outside world, to the person who is giving the company their money. Let's imagine a situation. A meeting is all about saving a small amount of money on a project. The team decides to use a cheaper, lower quality material for a new backpack they are making. This will save the company $1 for each backpack. The money manager is very happy, but you think about the customer. You say, I understand we need to save money. But for a moment, let's look at this from the customer's perspective. You ask the important question. If we make this change to a cheaper material, will their experience be better or worse? What happens when the strap of the backpack breaks after 2 months? Will that customer ever buy from us again? Will they tell their friends about their bad experience? This simple change of view can lead to a much better decision. Maybe saving $1 today is not worth losing a customer forever. You are being the voice of the customer in the room. That is an incredibly important role. That is phrase number 18. Phrase number 19. How does this position us against our competitors? This phrase shows you know about the world outside your company. You are looking at the bigger game. Let's say it. Ready? How does this position us against our competitors? 1 more time. How does this position us against our competitors? Excellent. Let's do it again. How does this position us against our competitors? And once more. How does this position us against our competitors? Very good. Let's understand the words. To position means to place something in a particular spot. In business, it means how customers see you compared to other companies. Are you the cheapest choice, the highest quality choice, the most modern choice? Competitors are the other companies who sell similar products or services. This question asks, if we make this decision, how does it change our place in the market? Does it give us an advantage? Does it make us better than our competition? Does it make us look stronger, weaker, or just different? This shows you understand that business is not just about your company. It happens in a world with other companies. You need to know what other players are doing. Let's imagine the team suggests a new service. For example, a coffee shop wants to start a new delivery service. You can ask this smart question. I like the idea for this delivery service. It sounds good for our customers. But how does this position us against our competitors? You can add more specific questions. Is any other coffee shop offering delivery? The big coffee shop down the street does. Can we do it better or differently? Maybe we can promise delivery in 15 minutes. Maybe we can offer a free cookie with every delivery order. How can we be different and win? This pushes the team to think not just about creating a service, but about creating a winning service, a service that has a reason to be the best. That is phrase number 19, 结合. Phrase number 20, do we have the resources to execute this with excellence? This question is both practical and smart. It connects big ideas with the real world. Let's practice it. Ready? Do we have the resources to execute this with excellence? Again, do we have the resources to execute this with excellence? Very good. Let's do that one more time. Do we have the resources to execute this with excellence? And again, do we have the resources to execute this with excellence? A very responsible question. Let's look at the words. Resources can mean many things. It can mean money. It can mean time. It can mean people with the right skills. It can mean computers and tools. To execute means to do the work, to carry out the plan. And the key word here is excellence. Not just to do it, but to do it very, very well, to a high standard of quality. This question means, this is a great idea. I love the big idea. But do we have everything we need, money, time, people to do this really, really well? This question shows that you care about quality. It is better to do one project with excellence than 3 projects poorly. Doing projects badly can hurt the company's name and make the team feel sad. This question protects the company's quality. Let's imagine a situation. An excited leader suggests starting 3 new big projects all at once. Let's launch in a new country, and let's redesign our website, and let's create a new mobile app. All are exciting ideas, but you look at your small team. They are already very busy. You can respectfully ask this question. You say, those are all exciting ideas for the company. My question is, do we have the resources to execute all 3 with excellence at the same time? You can then add a suggestion, or should we maybe focus on one project first, like launching in the new country, and make sure it is a huge success before we start the next one? This shows you are thinking about results, not just being busy. You are helping the leader be more successful by focusing the team's energy. This is a very important and smart contribution. That is phrase number 20. We have learned 20 phrases. Only one group left. You are doing so well. Group 5, phrases for action and teamwork. Our final group of phrases is about making sure that conversations lead to results. A meeting without action is a waste of time. These phrases help you summarize, make things clear, and make sure everyone leaves the room knowing what to do next. They turn talk into action. Phrase number 21. So the key takeaways are, this phrase is perfect for the end of a discussion or a meeting. It makes things clear after a long talk. Let's say it. Ready? So the key takeaways are, again, so the key takeaways are, good, let's do it again. So the key takeaways are, One more time. So, the key takeaways are very clear. What is a takeaway? Imagine you go to a restaurant, you can't finish your food. You ask for a box to take away the rest of the food to eat later. In a meeting, a takeaway is a main point or a key idea that you should take with you and remember after the meeting is over. This phrase means we have talked a lot. There were many ideas. Let me say the most important points that we have agreed on. This is an incredibly helpful thing to do in a meeting. People are often confused after a long discussion. When you summarize the key takeaways, you make everything clear. You make sure everyone has the same understanding. It shows you are an organized person who can listen carefully and put ideas together. Let's imagine a situation. You just had a long, difficult discussion about a customer problem. Many people shared their opinions. The meeting is about to end. You can see some people look a little confused. You can help everyone. You say, "That was a great conversation." So the key takeaways I have are: 1, we agree this was a serious problem. 2, we will give the customer all their money back. And 3, the product team will find the real cause of the problem. Then you can ask, did I miss anything? Does everyone agree with these takeaways? This creates agreement and clarity. Everyone leaves the meeting knowing exactly what was decided. You are helping the whole team. That is phrase number 21. Phrase number 22, what are the action items here? This is a very direct and powerful question. It is focused on getting results. Let's practice. Ready? What are the action items here? Say it with a clear, focused voice. What are the action items here? Excellent. Again, what are the action items here? And once more. What are the action items here? Very good. What is an action item? An action item is a specific job that needs to be done by a specific person. It is not a general idea, it is a real action. For example, improve communication is an idea. Anna will write a weekly update email every Friday is an action item. This question turns a conversation into a plan. It moves the team from talking to doing. Asking this question shows that you care about results. You are not happy with just having a good talk. You want to make sure that good ideas don't get forgotten after the meeting ends. Let's imagine a situation. The team has a great discussion. Everyone agrees on a new goal. Everyone is feeling positive and excited. The meeting is ending. You can ask this very important question. Okay, we all agree on the goal. This is great. Now, what are the action items here? You can help get the answer. Who is doing each one, and when must it be done? For example, action item 1. John will research new suppliers. The deadline is next Friday. Action item 2. Sarah will write a first version of the new plan. The deadline is next Wednesday. This simple question is the bridge between an idea and an action. A leader makes sure that bridge is built. That is phrase number 22. Phrase number 23. Are we in agreement on the path forward? This is a great question to build agreement and team unity. It brings everyone together. Let's say it. Ready? Are we in agreement on the path forward? One more time. Are we in agreement on the path forward? Good. Let's do it again. Are we in agreement on the path forward? And one more time. Are we in agreement on the path forward? A great team question. Let's understand the words. To be in agreement means to agree with each other. Everyone thinks it's a good plan. The path forward is a nice visual way of saying the plan for what to do next. Imagine the team is standing at a place with many roads. The path forward is the one road you all agree to walk on together. This question asks, does everyone agree with this plan before we start? Is everyone ready to support this plan? It is a final check to make sure everyone feels heard and is ready to help. It helps stop problems later. Sometimes if people are quiet, they might not agree but are afraid to say so. This question gives them one last chance to speak up. It helps stop someone from saying later, I never agreed to that plan. Let's imagine a situation. After a long discussion, a plan has been made. The action items are listed. Before ending the meeting, you can ask the group, I think we have a strong plan here. Just to be sure, are we in agreement on the path forward? You can look around the room at each person. This gives anyone who still has a worry a safe moment to say it. If everyone nods and says yes, you have built a stronger team promise. Everyone feels like they are part of the decision. That is phrase number 23. Phrase number 24. Let me play that back to ensure I understand. This phrase is a powerful tool for listening well. It shows you are truly paying attention. Let's practice. Ready? Let me play that back to ensure I understand. Again, let me play that back to ensure I understand. You sound so thoughtful when you say this. Let's practice again. Let me play that back to ensure I understand. And once more. Let me play that back to ensure I understand. Wonderful. What does to play something back mean? Imagine a recording. You play it. You can listen to it again. Here it means to repeat what you heard, but in your own words. It is like you recorded the person's message in your brain, and now you are playing it back to them to check. This phrase does two amazing things. First, it makes sure that you truly understand what the other person said. Not understanding correctly causes so many problems at work. This phrase stops them. Second, it makes the other person feel deeply heard and respected. It shows that you care about their words. You want to get them right. This is a powerful way to build strong relationships with your work friends and your boss. Let's imagine a situation. Your manager gives you a difficult job. She talks for 2 minutes, explaining many details. At the end, she says, understand? Many people would just say, yes. But maybe they are not 100% sure about all the details. The confident, careful you says this instead. Thank you, that's very clear. Let me just play that back to ensure I understand everything correctly. Then you summarize in your own words. So you want me to look at the sales numbers from the last 3 months, only for the new product. Then prepare a 1-page report with 3 important findings, and you need it by Friday morning. Is that right? Your manager will be so happy. She now knows that you will do the job correctly. She feels confident in you. This simple phrase stops mistakes and builds trust. That is phrase number 24. Phrase number 25. Let's commit to the next steps. This is a strong final phrase to end a meeting with energy and purpose. Let's say it with energy. Ready? Let's commit to the next steps. One more time as a strong closing statement. Let's commit to the next steps. Perfect. Let's do it 2 more times. Let's commit to the next steps. and again. Let's commit to the next steps. A very powerful ending. Let's look at the word commit. To commit is a strong word. It is stronger than agree. It means to make a serious promise. To promise you will give your energy to something. When you commit to something, you are saying, I will do everything I can to make this happen. This phrase is a call to action. It's not just about agreeing on the next steps. It's about everyone in the room promising to do their part. It turns a simple to-do list into a shared promise, a team mission. At the very end of a good meeting, after action items have been defined, you can be the one to close with power. The leader of the meeting might say, okay, I think we are done. You can add this final touch. You say, this has been a very good meeting. We have our action items and our path forward. Now let's commit to the next steps and make this happen. It ends the meeting on a high energy, positive, and responsible note. Everyone takes responsibility for their part. People will leave the room feeling excited and part of a team with a real mission. That is phrase number 25. So today, my dear friend, we learned 25 amazing phrases, 25 new tools for your professional toolbox. We learned phrases to help you share your brilliant ideas. We learned phrases to show that you are a leader who takes action. We learned phrases to disagree politely and with respect. We learned phrases to show you can think about the big picture. And we learned phrases to create action and make sure things get done. Wow. We did a lot today. Please take a deep breath in and a slow breath out. And be very, very proud of yourself. You spend this time investing in you, investing in your confidence and your future. This is a wonderful gift to yourself. Remember what I said at the beginning. Learning these phrases is like learning a new song. First, you learn the words. We did that today. Then you practice the song. You practice saying the phrases. You can practice in a safe place. In your car, in the shower, in front of a mirror. Soon you will feel more comfortable. Your voice will feel stronger. And then you can sing your song beautifully in a real meeting. Learning a new language and learning to be confident takes time. It is a journey, not a race. Please be patient with yourself. Please be kind to yourself. There will be times when you want to say a phrase, but you feel scared. That is okay. It is normal. There will be times when you say it and your voice shakes a little. That is okay too. Every time you try, you are growing. Every time you are brave, you are winning. Every small step forward is a victory. The most important thing is to start. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be brave. Maybe this week, just pick one phrase or two phrases, the ones that feel most useful for you right now. Write them down on a small piece of paper. Put the paper on your computer screen. Read them every day and look for a small opportunity, a small chance to use one. Just one. See how it feels. I promise you, it will feel powerful, and I will be here cheering for you. You are doing a great job. I am very proud of you for taking this journey with me. You are capable. You are smart. And your ideas are important. Never forget that. Thank you for joining me today on the VUS Learning English podcast. It was a true pleasure and an honor to spend this time with you. I hope you feel inspired. I hope you feel a little stronger. I hope you feel ready to find your voice, one phrase at a time. Until we meet again, please take good care of yourself. Be kind to yourself. Keep learning and keep growing. See you next time, my friend.